And it's exciting that it is Monday night, and Monday night is one of my favorite nights in the world of ViSalus. We, starting with this Vi All-Star webinar that we'll be doing tonight, and I hope you have sent out to all of your team members the link to register to be on this webinar. We've had some great success with this format, so you'll be able to see slides tonight. It's really exciting. So, you know, for the next 1 minute, make sure that your teams text out, are you on the webinar? Are you on the webinar? Because they are definitely in for a treat tonight. We will be having great stories of new rank advancements and just some great success stories, and most importantly, you know, tips. We're going to have a great training tonight, and then we're going to have some question and answers. So be thinking about some great questions that you can ask Rachel Jackson, because we don't get the chance to do that very often. So make sure you're texting out and have a pen and paper, most importantly, because you are going to be taking lots of notes tonight. So really excited to get this webinar going. We also will be going right into the vision call. Following this call, you don't have to do anything, just hang on, and we'll merge right into the vision call at 10 o'clock Eastern. So stay tuned, and we're really excited. The numbers are just climbing of the people logging on. It's so wonderful to see this. And once again, this is two-star ambassador Kelly Mccoy. I'm privileged to welcome you guys tonight for our team call / webinar. We will get started in just a minute, and once again, make sure you have pen and paper, and make sure that you are texting out to your teams to get on this call tonight. Great nuggets are going to be dropped, and we're going to talk about the team incentive, the huge thing that was launched last week. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So welcome, welcome as you guys are dialing in to the webinar. We'll get started in just a minute. Awesome, awesome. Wow, look at all these numbers. This is great, great, great. Let's see, we're going to get started in just 1 second. All right. So once again, good evening. It's Monday night. My name is Kelly Mccoy. I'm a two-star ambassador out of Winter Park, Florida, and I'm so excited to be co-hosting this call with Rachel tonight. I look so forward to Monday nights because we get to, you know, hear what the latest and greatest is, and most excitingly, how the Vi All-Stars are doing and all the new rank advancements. So I have been in with ViSalus for 3 years, just celebrating my 3rd year. I can't believe it. I love it. It just, every day, just it gets better and better. I have been, previously in my life, I was an interior designer, and I was turning 50, and I really had developed some stress issues, some health issues, and boy, I saw on Facebook actually that a friend of mine was really taking charge of her life. She was losing weight, she was getting fit, and I wanted to know what she was doing. I private messaged her and said, tell me what you're doing. Next thing you know, I'm on an overview, and then, you know, three-way call to hear about this amazing company. I joined, and I have lost 14 pounds of fat since I've been part of ViSalus, and I have built 8 pounds of muscle, and I'm in better shape now in my 50s than I was in my 30s, and you know, you cannot get put a price tag on that. I'm also just about to cross like $250,000 in earnings, which isn't so bad either, and have built amazing friendships with people on this team. And one of those people who is near and dear to my heart, who I never forget the day that I was introduced to her, which is our fearless leader, Rachel Jackson, Royal Ambassador Rachel Jackson. And the minute I saw her, I saw it in her eyes. I knew where she was, you know, what she had already done. She was already the top female income earner, you know, the youngest millionaire to hit ViSalus, and I knew I wanted to go where she was going. I knew she was going to take me there. So I'm going to turn this webinar over to our Royal Ambassador, Rachel Jackson. Rachel, Over to you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And guys, we have a lot of stuff to go over, a lot of information, so grab that pen and piece of paper. Let's dive in. We will have some Q&A available at the last couple of minutes, so this is your chance to be thinking about a question that you want to ask somebody like Kelly, who's made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in this industry, $250,000 here in VI, along with myself and my panel. So make sure you guys got that question and you are ready to go. Special welcome tonight to Team Farrier, who is joining us. Team Farrier from Leanne and Jason Farrier out there in the Midwest brought their team on the call. I want to say a special welcome. Hope you guys get some value tonight. You get some nuggets. You are working with two incredible leaders that I am such a high level of respect for, especially being a woman, knowing Leanne, and I'll say of all of the top earners in this company, she is the one who's so humble, so coachable, coming up to me, to Tara, to Ashley, with a pen and a piece of paper at all times, learning and growing. So you guys are in great hands with Leanne and Jason, so welcome to our call. Now let's dive in. Guys, we just hit an amazing announcement, an amazing accomplishment, $90 million in team revenue. $90 million in lifetime team revenue. Congratulations, guys. This is a number that is a reflection of all the lives you are changing, all the people that have said yes, and all the people that are really taking their lives seriously. And guys, every single one of you played a part of this. So exciting. I can't wait to celebrate the $100 million, probably here this within a couple of months. And I can't wait to, I think that's actually a call for a party, Kelly. I think $100 million, we got to be doing some fun stuff that month for sure. Now, moving on, we're going to go into some recognition. We have a brand new Rising Star director, Katie Sen, out there in Montana. Katie has an incredible story, and you might be noticing something a little weird. Katie's sitting on a BMW that says VI Life, yet she just hit Rising Star. There's a backstory to this. Katie, tell us a little bit about your story.
Hey, Rachel. Thanks for having me on tonight, first and foremost. My name's Katie, and like you said, I'm from Montana, and my story kind of goes like this. So I was introduced to ViSalus in 2012 by a good friend and joined as an executive promoter. And in 2012, I went 7 days Rising Star, 30 days to my BMW, and was just cruising through the ranks, if you will, well on my way to national director. And then life happened. I went through some pretty big stuff in life. And I had to choose, and I walked away. I walked away from a lot. I walked away from a huge team. I walked away from a huge paycheck. I walked away from a 2012 fresh off the lot BMW. That BMW nearly got repossessed because I walked away. I walked away from that, and you know, we don't live with regrets. We move on. So I never lost touch with some of my really good friends in ViSalus, and I always followed. I always watched. I always continuously watched Rachel, and I always continuously watched a few other key people. And you know, I went through my phases: jealousy, greed, anger, self-pity. All of these emotions, and then one day I was approached by one of those good friends that I've always followed, and she just came back from NST this year, and she was like, listen, I know what you can do, I know you can do this, and I know you need this. And you guys have heard that a million times. You probably say it to a million people a day, I know you need this. And she, you know, worked with me for a while, and finally one day I was like, you know what, I do need this, so I'm going to do this. And I re-signed back in April as a brand new executive promoter, because I had let my whole team go before. I went from about $34,000 in continuous volume to zero. And so I purged that account because it was old, and actually it purged itself. That's how old it was. And I started fresh. And, you know, the comp plans kind of changed in the last 3 years. So I was told, well, you don't have to do this in 7 days. You have 30. And I was like, oh, 30? Easy. 30 is no problem. I did it in 7 days before. But you don't have to do it in 30. You could do it in 60. And I was like, well, I don't need 60 days. Who's going to need 60 days to do this? And I got plugging away. And while I'm plugging away, I'm working this business, but at the same time, I'm, a little more background. I left my job in February as an insurance agent to take care of my kids. At that time, I had a savings account to support that idea, In April, I didn't have a savings account to even make my way. So I was applying for jobs, and I'm applying, putting some effort into VI, tuning into some calls, doing some of this system. And last Monday, I will have you know that I signed up in April. My 30 days passed, my triple points passed, my double points passed. Now I'm looking at 60 days, $3,000. I have 0 promoters as of Monday. So I wrote off Rising Star. I literally did, and I even told my upline, I was like, listen, I'm just going to go at my own pace. I'm going to do my own thing, while I kind of follow the system. Well, Monday, it was not even in the question of Rising Star. I was like, oh, it'll be okay. I'll give up tens of thousands of dollars. It's fine. And Tuesday came, and I got a phone call, and, well, that job that I've been applying for, banking on to make my July rent, I didn't get the job. And now I have no way to make my rent. I have 4 kids, no way to keep a roof over their head. I was in one place or another. I was either going to fall back to that self-pity, or I was going to climb right out of it and do this for myself. And that's exactly what I did. Tuesday, I sent out 127 overviews, approximately. I think I maybe lost count. And let's see, how did this go? Tuesday, I sent out 127 overviews. Thursday, Friday, I signed 2 executives, and Sunday, I signed my 3rd and hit Rising Star at 56 days.
That is awesome. Katie, how does it feel? How does it feel to have the switch and to hit Rising Star and know that you locked in your Lifetime Challenge bonus? How good does it feel?
Amazing. It feels amazing, and what feels even more amazing is I didn't give up on myself. I tuned into my upline, and I just followed the system, and it works. You can't kind of do this. You have to do this.
I'm so proud of you, Katie. I've seen you just bust butt the last 7 days, and it's an interesting story. You're humble. Guys, this woman went through hell on earth the last few years, and she won't share all the personal issues. It's been a struggle, and, that's what's called life. That's life. And to see her come back and to see, getting rid of ego and say, I'm going to start from the ground up again, and to have her build up a team, and she's already now well on her way back to that BMW and beyond. I'm excited for you. Congratulations, Katie. And moving on, we have a brand new regional director, Sam Finch out of California. Sam, you have an incredible story. You've been with Vi for a little while. What is your #1 tip, or share a little bit briefly your story, and then a tip for all of those that are wanting to get into their car?
So I started Vi October 20th, 2011. Jennifer Smith called me and was getting me on, and I wasn't going to do it, and my husband told me no. So I called Jen up the next day and said, okay, sign me up as an executive. And I worked my way through it. I was slow. I've never done network marketing before, and I didn't hit my Rising Star because we only had 30 days at that time, and I've missed 2nd chance Rising Star. I've missed 3rd chance Rising Star, probably even 4th, but I've never given up. I've never missed events with the exception of the last NST, and because of that event, it gave me, I had to be at all the other events. I just went to the LA RST, and it was probably the best event I've ever been to so far. And I can honestly say it's like, go to events, be open and listen to your leaders, listen to your team, because honestly I couldn't have made regional director without Jennifer Smith and Patty Rotman and you and the rest of the team under me pulling me over. It really was a team effort. So.
And Sam, just so I may ask, what last month did your GQV end at?
It ended at, I'll tell
20,000?
Something
maybe?
like, yeah.
20,000, 50. I mean, it was quite a bit.
It was like
the one. Go ahead, Sam.
It was like 19,940 or something.
So let's call it an even 20 grand. Here's a woman who didn't go Rising Star, didn't go 2nd chance Rising Star, but she never gave up. Guys, don't give up. You never know when it's going to be your time, when everything's going to fall in your favor. Sam, I'm super proud of you. I know this is a story that's absolutely going to be instrumental for your business. How many of you guys on the webinar, raise your hand on the webinar if you plan on qualifying for your BMW. Raise your hand on the webinar if you plan on qualifying for your BMW this year. Cesare Baker, I see you. Oh, man, Jackie Fest, Jason, Jenny, Jessica Fink, wow, Melinda, Missy, I see you all. Sherry Vargas and Stacy. You already got your BMW, but I love it. Great job, guys. Congratulations. Also, guys, as you know, we recognize our PQV crushers because there are business builders and there are customer gatherers. We had a ton of superstars in May. If you see somebody on this list, give them a lot of love. Go to our wall and give them some shout-outs for getting a ton of customers. We're going to be talking about building through customers, and obviously the upper echelon of building through customers is 2,500 in PQV. That's maximizing your 25% commissions. And we have a woman on the line, Theresa Brown, Regional Director out of the Seattle area in Washington, and Theresa's consistently over 2,500 PQV. In fact, just crossed over 17,000 in PQV so far in 2015. I bet, Theresa, you didn't even know you're at over 17,000 in PQV this year.
No, I didn't.
Pretty cool to see that. Theresa, talk to us a little bit about your top tips. You are crushing out thousands and thousands a month and duplicating it in your team. You know, big shout out to Alex and Michelle and some of those new promoters that are really killing it. How are you getting customers?
Yeah, thanks. And I definitely love that it's duplicating in my team. That's how you know what you're doing is working. So, well, first of all, hopefully you can all see my tips right there in front of you. We're going to talk about gathering customers, and I am extremely consistent on Facebook, posting a Transformation Tuesday weekly before and after post. That's a tip that I learned from you, Rachel, a long, long time ago. And I changed that up, guys. I don't always have, like, you know, a girl that's lost 20 pounds. I change it up, like maybe a guy or somebody who's built muscle or a family or a kid, so it can identify with lots of different people. One of the biggest things is share and post about your own challenge. I have people come up to me all the time in my real life that I forget are, well, I don't even realize sometimes they're Facebook stalking me, and they say, like, what day are you on, you know, stuff like that. So you really never know who's watching. Challenge groups have been a really great way. I do 2 a week, and one of them I kind of catered towards, I live in a subdivision neighborhood, and I catered it towards my neighborhood to get those people out that have kind of been a little more hesitant or whatever. And so that's been a really great way of getting new customers, new people exposed. The next thing is form people, really, you know, be friendly, like talk to the person behind you while you're waiting in line at the grocery store. And I always add people on Facebook. So then I know that, hey, maybe I didn't get a chance to like dive into the challenge with them right then and there, but I can always, first off, they're going to just see it on my Everyday by Life post. But then I can connect with them, you know, more personally later on. Another trick that I learned is, you know, I don't give out business cards. I literally open up a new contact in my phone and hand it to them and say, here, give me your info, and I'll text you the link. And I'm telling you, like, I have never had somebody not put their info in there. And I've done it in all different cities and places, and I love that tip. So then I can text them out the overview or whatever it is, whatever our conversation has been. I've gotten several customers just from traveling that way. And then the last thing is that I started doing is, I actually learned this from Justin, is welcoming new customers publicly with their picture and tagging them. And I've seen lots of all-stars doing this as well, but it's really working to get other people seeing, like, in my network, oh, wow, look at all these people joining her, you know. And then also it's getting their network seeing what they're doing. If sometimes people are a little hesitant about posting their challenge accepted picture, it's kind of a different way of getting that exposure through their network.
Well, Theresa, I'm going to butt in right here because I think that this is something really huge that every single person can do. How many guys sign up a new customer and you would love for them to go get their product for free? You guys should all be raising your hand. Yes, of course. Of course, we all want our customers getting their product for free. We want them staying longer. We want to go find new people. We want referrals. But you guys think strategically, how can we do this? Well, this is a way that I believe I saw Justin Woodrow and Team Live by Design doing this first, was they were making shareables using the little photo apps on their phone, like Pick Frame and Photo Frame. taking the customer's photo, taking a picture of a shape kit, Project 10, whatever that, getting creative with it. You don't have to be super creative. A photo of them will just be fine. But it's cool, and you can actually just post it either right on their wall or right on yours, tag them, and then also tag your team. And what will happen is, Theresa, you're gonna tag everyone on the team. You're gonna tag Dakota. You're gonna tag me. Everybody, and then all of a sudden we're all gonna swoop over to that post and comment, welcome, 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 congrats, congrats, way to go, da da da, welcome to the team. And what's great is that all of a sudden that customer, how good does that customer feel, Theresa?
Right. Yeah, they feel super welcome, and so it's kind of like multiple purposes. You do it all at once, and I've loved doing that. It's been working really, really well. So that's been a new thing I've done in the last couple of months that I would highly encourage everyone to do.
Yeah, talk to us about retaining customers, because you have a high PQV as well, because you do retain customers fairly long, and you run some offline and online strategies. What's been the most effective for you?
Yeah, so retaining customers, first off, I love our VIA All-Stars customer group, but I added a smaller one that I can be more detailed and more personally supportive with my personal customers. And I found that people feel a little bit more comfortable sharing things, asking questions in that smaller format. And so that's helped, and I've had some customers really take it by the horns, and they start posting things in there and asking, what's your favorite recipe? And so that has helped me to kind of see potential promoters from that as well. And then challenge groups has really helped. It's boosting the community feel. We get together at least once a week. I have 2 different challenge groups that some of them come to, so that's been really good, like having that face-to-face relationship building for the local ones. And then I do follow up with my customers. So whether it be like just a quick test, like text, I send out like challenge check-in, how's it going? How much weight have you lost? Or do you have any questions or anything you're struggling with? And then I help them get their product for free. So I'm always talking to my customers about getting their product for free. Obviously, if they're getting it for free, they're not going to quit. And they also have then friends or family members doing it with them, and it really builds the camaraderie and the team atmosphere. My next one, though, is my favorite, and it's really just building rapport, staying in touch, being friendly, like truly caring about the results, truly caring about them as people. I know that that's one of my strengths, is building relationships, and so I capitalize on that, and I do it I'm genuine about it. I'm not doing it just for retaining their customer status, but I get to know their families, and I know their goals, and I'm encouraging them. And then what part of the thing that works out of that is when they're first getting started, we have a really awesome tool in the back office, or you can Google Metabolism Calculator, but I help them calculate what their daily calories should be at roughly every day, just to help them kind of get an eyeball, because every single customer of mine is like, what should I eat otherwise, right? And we have great snacks and everything we can offer them, but inevitably they're asking me those questions. So I just tell them, you don't have to count everything, but here's an idea. And inevitably, most women are not eating enough that I help. They're starving themselves. So this has been a huge eye opener for some of them.
Theresa,
and then,
just to kind of, as we got to kind of move on, I would say more than anything, the absolute overarching theme of this is value. You give them value. And bottom line, guys, the marketplace pays for value. What value are you giving your customers? What value are you giving your promoters? They'll stick around a lot longer based on the value that you give them. Are you huddling them together in a challenge group? Are you posting every day in a private Facebook community with your 10, 20, 30 customers? Are you following up with them? Are you loving on them? Are you helping them figure out their plateaus and breaking through it, and snacks and all that? We have tons of tools, guys. We can't go into it all right now. Maybe we'll do another call next week on more customer tips. Guys, You can build through customers, get to 2,500 PQV. If you help 15 people on your team do the same, it was 16 total promoters at 2,500 PQV. Your GQV is 40,000. How many guys want equity this year? I heard you guys all raising your hand. You all want a BMW. Raise your hand if you plan on being an equity owner in ViSalus in 2015. Raise your hand on the webinar if you plan on being a national director. This is a strategy, guys. This is a metrics. This is how to do it. Get to 2,500 PQV. Teach 15 people to do the same, and you're going to be an equity owner. And what's great is that you're also going to be going out to our Vi All-Stars retreat. Kelly, we only have a few minutes to talk about this. Tell me, how excited are you about our first ever All-Stars leadership retreat?
So excited. Oh my gosh, you just don't know. We're going to have so much fun, you guys. I mean, look at the pictures, and to just basically the best thing is just bonding, sharing, late nights and building friendships and strategy, talking strategy around the pool or, wherever it is we're going to be. It's going to be top notch, guys. So, strategize now what you need to do to accomplish the goal. By the deadline. We are excited about it, and you do not want to miss it. Rachel has put so much into it. We've spent many nights talking about this. We're so excited.
Well, I can't wait, guys, and we're going to do just a couple minutes of Q&A here just in 1 second. So I want you guys to start typing up your questions under the chat on the control panel. Start type up your questions. We're going to rapid fire them. Let's get your questions answered. What's your burning question that you have? Guys, to qualify for this leadership retreat, hit paid rank national director by the end of September production 2015, or if you're an ND or above, achieve 1 rank higher. So if you're an ND as of last month, June 2015, May 2015, all you'd have to do is get PD. So, Jen Smith, national director last month, go PD, Jen, come with us, right? And there's a ton of examples. Rick and Charlie Paulo, you were ND last month. Just in time, you were ND last month. Hit PD, you're going to go. And if you guys are sitting there, I don't care if you're brand new, you can do it. You can do it. The first 10 promoters to qualify, we're going to fly you out, all expense paid, for the weekend of your life. It is going to be amazing. You're not going to want to miss it. Guys, we're going to move on. We got some questions going in. Lots of stuff going on. Woo! I can't even talk about all the equity and everything that we have. So let's dive right in. Charlie Hupalo asked, what is the best approach for a referral that you don't know personally? So one of the greatest things that I do, Charlie, is I treat a referral as if it's a warm contact. And the main thing, when I call a referral, I'll call them and I'll say, hey, Charlie, just want to give you a call. It's Rachel. And they're like, and I kind of act like they know me. Oh, it's Rachel Jackson. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm just giving you a call. I'm Jess's friend. She told me to give you a buzz about Project 10. Hey, do you have a few minutes to chat? And so I just ask them, I just literally act as if they know me. I act as if we're like friends. Hey, Charlie, hey, it's Rachel Jackson. How's it going? Good. Hey, yeah, I'm just giving you a call. I'm Jess's friend. I'm Jess's coworker. I know Jess from whatever. So my approach is the fact that, they're like my friend. It's a lukewarm conversation. I also try to get that person who's giving me the referral to actually introduce me on a phone call if possible, to be there to bridge the conversation, just like a 3-way call. So I hope that's helpful. Jess Fink is asking, what do you do, or how often do you contact people who do not respond to you? Challenging them, sending the overview, asking who do they know. Kelly, how often do you contact people who don't respond?
I make it a point to, I'd say every week or so, I might just go back in with one more little, hey, I'm still here, when is it that you want to, I know you have a goal you want to hit. Have you had a chance to look at that overview, because until they tell you no, sometimes people get so busy, guys. I have so many personal Facebook messages that I get, and I even look at them, and I have all the intention in the world to answer, but something happens. I mean, Rachel, I'm sure you do too. So don't just think because they haven't answered, they're not interested.
No, and so for me, it's a lot in the beginning, and then it tapers off a little bit less often. So in the beginning, it might be every couple of days, right, or a couple times a day, a couple times a week. And then after a month, maybe once a week, and then it kind of tapers off. But usually once a month Once a month, Jess, I come back around. I let them know a new story. I give them an update what's happening on the team. I give them a reason to start now. Hey, we're having some incentives. Join now. Hey, what's going on? And then often I'll just also follow up, just seeing how they're doing and just in general in their life. But great question. Guys, we're going to do it for 2 more minutes, and then we're going to dial into the vision call. Stacey asked, when life gets in the way, what is the one daily habit that is the most important to do, at least? Do that. Okay, when life gets in the way, the most important thing to do, I believe, is personal growth. I think that with, if you get crazy, if things are all going nuts, if you build up your mind, if you build up that mental fortitude, you can get through anything. Kelly, how about you?
Yeah, I would say definitely personal development, but, it's also to make money. So, when life gets in the way, I'd still try to get 3 people, get out of the house and challenge people. It's the easiest thing you can do.
Nice. So even if you had a bad day, even if it all went to hell, Kelly's advice, get 3 people to take a look at the challenge. Do not go to bed until you get that done. Strong, strong advice. Jason asked, if you could only do one activity, which would be the most important? I think that's answered with challenging others. Absolutely. Tom Rivera said, what's the best way to approach traditional business owners? Now, Tom, I don't specifically go to business owners any differently than I would to a mom or to a gym owner or to a professional football player. I just tell them the merits of the challenge, but I love talking to entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs understand business. And often people that are entrepreneurial, they get the fact of having multiple streams of income. And I know, being a previous business owner owning an insurance agency, that it's not all it's cracked up to be. So you can show them a better way that's lower cost, higher margins, and way less overhead. Jackie Fuss, when running to your next rank, how do you stay focused and not let life get in the way? Wow, this is a common one here tonight. It must be a full moon or something. But Jackie, I would say that you just got to know what your why is. Today I talked on the DPC about hunger. When you have your why and it's so strong, the how becomes clear. It's, every day I wake up and I'm ready to tackle the day. I'm excited. And sure, I have bad days, and sure, there's blah moments, and sure, there's days that, my soul gets pulverized and served to me in a milkshake. But I stay focused because I know what I want. I know why I want it. I know where I'm going. I know who I'm going with. And that keeps me motivated and continuing to serve all of you guys. And Andre asked, do you do team goal setting? Absolutely. Kelly, you do a lot of team goal setting. You do that as group challenge hours, all that?
Yes, definitely, and that kind of goes with what Jackie's question was. You have to set goals when you're running for a rank, weekly, daily, to get there. It's not something you can just throw out there on the wall. You've got to set those goals. So we do it all the time. We reset every month. But Jackie, when you break it up into daily, weekly goals to run for your rank, it will happen.
Awesome. Well, guys, we can't get to everyone. We got to move into the vision call because there's some great announcements there tonight with Nick Sarnicola. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't get a chance to get your question answered, please head over to the VI All-Stars and post it in there, and I'm sure you're going to get some fantastic responses, and I'll make sure to answer every single one of your guys' questions. So God bless, guys. We're going to call into the vision call. Give me one moment.
That'll be winning that trip. And 3 Founders League group members. And if you don't have a shot at winning because maybe you just joined the team, or maybe you're not a regional director, or maybe you're a regional director or national presidential, that's far out of the standing. Why is it important that you push for the next 5 days? Let me explain to you why it's important that you push, whether you're brand new today and selling neon, and joining the company, why it's important that if you're brand new today, that you sell neon for the next 5 days with a passion, with some vigor, or whether you've been with us for years and you're out of the running. The reason is there's somebody that could win that's in your upline. There's somebody that could get the trip that's in your upline. There's somebody that could, create the story that's in your upline. So I'm going to ask you, if we're going to bring 20 people anyways, wouldn't it make sense for the person who's in your upline to bring the story back to you, and to bring the story back to your prospects, and to bring the story back to your team? Because you might say, sometimes people are like, well, I'm not going to win, so what's it matter? Well, what it matters is if your leader gets the experience, your leader takes the pictures, your leader shoots the videos, your leader gets to tell the story, it impacts your business. But if no one in your upline wins, then you don't even get to leverage that. Someone's going to win anyways. It might as well be you. Let's talk to a top 3 ambassador right now. Jimmy Lee, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Give your best tips for moving neon, as we got many folks on the line that want to know what you guys are doing as one of the top 3.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick, for having me on the call tonight. Definitely, our team is actually throwing a promo on a promo. So we actually launched a contest. Every 10 cases sold of neon in our team, we're actually doing a drawing for a $150 Vitality travel voucher. So doing that, it's actually caused our team to go crazy moving the neon. And always carry a cooler of neon in your car, so you have a nice old cold neon to share with your friends. That's my tip. Thank you, Nick.
Those are great tips. And first of all, some of you guys might say, well, I can't do that, Jimmy. That's not possible for me to do $150 travel voucher to my team, yada, yada, yada. But the ambassadors on the phone, you guys could pull together with your leaders and figure out how to do something like that. The rest of you guys, Jimmy, let's talk about sampling and keeping it cold. And what are some of the conversations you have when you give one out? How do you start the conversation? Is it people you know, people you don't know? Dig a little deeper there.
Definitely sharing about the all natural energy drink. I'm always building the value of a premium energy drink. It's got 25 ingredients, 50 health benefits, and it tastes amazing. So by just sharing, how the healthy energy drink is a better alternative than the ones out there on the market, and just like a nice cold energy drink will say it all. So if you guys have the product on hand and you're serving it constantly, you'll get people that will keep on craving it and want more.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if you didn't have any on hand, that'd be your first step. Order some now. Get you some of the neon if you're new to the team, you haven't done so yet, or get a bunch for yourself to sample, because it is a great conversation starter, and it is a great gateway. Listen to this. It is a great gateway into the business to move people off your list and into the business. Jimmy Lee, great tips, great advice. Thank you so much for sounding off. The other awesome promo we have going on right now, guys, is the Summer Challenge. You can find that at summerchallenge.buy.com. Again, that's summerchallenge.buy.com. What it is every time you, as a director who hosts a challenge group, you can give somebody 10 free product points every week that they check into your challenge group, and they can earn a total of 100 points. Now, for those of you guys who are not directors, you can attend a director's challenge group as a promoter. You guys could be getting 10 free points every week just for working out, which means if you just went and worked out 5 weeks in a row, you get a free bag of shakes. Hello? I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you went and worked out for 10 weeks in a row with your director, you could get $100 in samples with that and hand out all the samples and make a bunch of money. So this is, guys, if you are not working out with a director, getting the $10 and getting the 10 points, it's just silly. And if you're a director and you're not running a challenge group, it's twice as silly. You could be, it's like giving out a coupon that they can then convert into a product order. I got a great superstar here who's a director, William Brent from Pennsylvania. William Brent, tell us your story real quick, brother, about how you're maximizing the summertime challenge or the summer challenge.
Hey, Nick, Bill Brent out of Dover, Pennsylvania. During the day, I'm a training operational excellence manager, and then at night, I'm a Visalis promoter. And really just having a couple of challenge groups a week. We meet up on Fridays and Saturdays and walk and run. My wife has a group, and we were able to convert at 6 last week and 4 the week before, would-be customers to actual customers by leveraging the product credit and saying, hey, you're going to get $10 off your next month's kit. And I mean, people jump at the chance for free anything, and just giving them $10 seems to entice them and work.
So 10 people have become customers with you in the last 2 weeks. Is that correct? By giving them 10 free points to work out with you?
You got it.
I mean, talk to guys, directors on the phone. What are you doing? Go swimming and make a challenge group out of it. Go jump roping. I don't care. You're giving away free coupons to convert into product. So tell us really quick, partner, is there any other advice on conversion so you get the points in their hand? How are you converting to the sale that might be able to help some of the people on the line?
Again, just inviting them out and saying, hey, I'll give you $10 free. Just come work out with me. And you know, that's piquing people's interest. And they're like, all right, I'll come work out. And also tell them to bring their kids because it's, you know, making it family friendly and looping everybody into it at once.
Got that part. I'm talking about once that's over, how do you get the sale? What do you say then? You know, are you having to watch a presentation and you're saying, don't forget you get $10 off? Tell me how are you converting it then to a sale?
Oh, yeah, it's showing them the 3-minute video on my site and then linking that to the $10. So they come to the challenge group. We do a group workout. I have the samples afterwards, and while they're having you know, a post-workout shake or some neon, they watch a quick video on my iPad.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Great job, partner. Fantastic advice. Super proud of you for making it happen as a director. The rest of you directors, wake up. Give away those 10 points. The rest of you guys who aren't directors, go work out with your directors and get free product from Buy. No brainer. Man, let's go. Let's go. Okay, guys, let's shift gears. Let's talk about checks. Let's talk about some money. I got some people on the line that have made some money with us here. It's their first week in business or the first 7 to 13 days in business. They went out there and smashed out, I believe, triple points, both of them, and have fantastic stories. One of them made $1,154 on their first check. And then we got Natalie Cologne here from Indianapolis, Indiana, who made $857 in her first check. Natalie, tell us your quick story and a couple tips. Natalie, take yourself off mute real quick.
That might help, Nick.
There we go.
I just
there
started jabbering on. Okay, hey everybody, it's Natalie. I'm from Indianapolis. I've been a disabled stay-at-home mom that was just tired of being sick and tired. I was super skeptical at first. I've always had the passion to help others. Didn't have the money to start really, but after I met with some amazing people at a challenge party, I went all in as executive promoter. At my first party, invited 71 people, had a great turnout, had 23 show, and made it to Rising Star in 6 days, made my first $857 in my first week. Second week, made over $800. I got 4 promoters and 6 customers so far, and a lot more parties to go. I just love what I do, and being able to be at home with my beautiful kids and my husband and being taught by the best mentors and the best friends that I thought I'd never have is the biggest blessing in the world to me.
Great story. So I actually forgot about your second week. So you made about $1,600 in your first 2 weeks. Is that correct?
A little over $1,700, yes.
Oh, you're a beast. Okay, now, so $1,700 first 2 weeks. Now, one of the things I heard is I called and invited. So you actually picked up the phone and called 71 people and invited them. Is that correct?
I sent a message, and then I called and followed up with each one of them, yes.
Perfect. I want to break this down for everybody, guys, because I want you guys on the phone to hear what it's going to take. She made 70 dials, or excuse me, she sent out 70 videos. She invited all 70 of them. Of that, 20 out of 70 showed up. That's actually a pretty high return. I would tell you guys you probably need 100 invitations to get 70, so great job. She invited 70, she got 20 there, and now she's converted 10 of them, 50%, to customers and promoters. So she made 70 invitations, has got 10 customers and promoters, and has made $1,700. Natalie, did I recap that correctly?
Yes, sir, you did.
You are a rock star, and you're going to be in a BMW soon. I got a feeling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Question to everybody on the phone. Would you make 70 invitations to make $1,700 in the next 2 weeks? And by the way, she doesn't just make $1,700. She's going to make money every single time they auto ship. So she's actually going to get paid 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times every time they order product again. Not to mention she's going to get paid for, override percentages for every customer that her promoters get and her team gets. So how much will she really make for the 70 phone calls? Think about that. Let me shoot over to Georgia, Atlanta. Jemiah, I got Jemiah on the line. Jemiah, $1,100 last week. Tell us your story.
Hey, everyone. My name is Jemiah Cologne. Yes, I am in Atlanta. I'm a single mom. I'm a model. I'm an artist. And I say I'm a business starter because I start a lot of business. I never keep up with them. I started the program on June the 1st. I got my first promoter within 24 hours. My second promoter at my first challenge party, which was 3 days. They told me to do it in 3 to 4 days. I did it in 3. I got my second promoter. After that, I got 2 more promoters because I got up. I sent my 3-minute video out to my favorite call list, which is about 20 people, and I posted on Facebook, and I have about 5,000 maxed out followers on Facebook. Over the next 10 days, I was able to get my other 3 promoters. So right now, I'm at 5 promoters, 3 customers. I did make $1,100 my first week, and it's so exciting to me and unbelievable. Like it's just great. And I also did the WhatsApp last year. I did about 200 people in my WhatsApp, and I'm still getting poured in. So I got scheduled. My next week is completely scheduled out.
Beautiful. So let me run this one by you. You got about 10 customers and promoters combined, it sounded like. And how many total people did you put in front of the whole presentation? Meaning, met with them one-on-one, or they watched it online, or you met with them at your house? About how many total?
I'd say about 200.
No. You didn't have 200 people that looked at the entire presentation. Let's try this again. How many total people sat in your living room, or you sat down with one-on-one, or watched the entire 25-minute video, the 10-minute, and then the 18-minute?
Oh, okay. I would say about 15 because three came to my house in that challenge party. We actually did the whole overview and everything.
There you go.
Yeah. And about 8 I actually did over the phone just recently.
Good.
Yeah.
So about 10 to 15
but,
people. So
yeah, but
I wanted everyone to hear those numbers. So guys, you had about 10 to 15 people that looked at the presentation in its entirety. But remember, 8 of those she did over the phone, and she still was able to make $1,100 this week. Congratulations. Awesome job. Very excited for both Natalie and Jemiah, future BMW qualifiers and mothers alike.
Yes.
Happy to hear it. Great job, ladies. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of BMWs, I got a BMW I want to introduce you guys to. Ashley Duggan from Knoxville, Tennessee. Might be Duggan. Apologize. New BMW. Talk to us, Ashley. What's it feel like? What'd you do? What tips do you have? Talk to us.
Hey, guys. It's Ashley Duggan. I'm from Knoxville. I am a nurse. I have a very full-time job, a very demanding job. I work straight for Medicaid. I have 3 kids. I'm on the PTA, like you name it. I do it. I got approached to do this. Really, I just wanted to lose weight. But I decided might as well go all in and be a promoter. And I don't have a good story like, oh, I made $1,100 my first week. I did all this. But what I did do is I signed up, and I was still skeptical. I got my kit, started to shake, fell in love with that. I went to a local training with Mr. Nick Sarnicola like a week after I signed up, which I was even hesitant to go to that. But I went after that. I was a believer, and that's when I hit the ground running. I literally talked to everybody I knew. Your excitement is what's important. It's not what you tell somebody, it's how you tell them and how much you believe in it. And so that's what drew people in. My first challenge party wasn't until probably at least day 10 or so I had to make enough to do. I did 2 challenge parties. The minute I started enrolling promoters, we started doing their challenge parties. So like in 3 weeks or so, we probably had 6 or 7 challenge parties between my personal ones and people on my team. What I did have before this, I have a comfortable income. I have a nice house. I have nice things. What I don't have, and I even have a job that's flexible. So what I don't have is something that I can pass on to my kids, or if I lose my job, I don't have a backup plan, or I was obviously paying for my car and all of those things. And now I have a plan B. I have something that my why is that even though my job's flexible, I want this. I still want flexibility, but I want time with my kids when I want it. I want to be available. I want to be at school more. I want to do all those things on my time. And as a nurse, you help people, but I can't help people do what I do. In this business, I can be successful and help others be successful too. So it's a win-win.
Well, now you might be able to help some people before they make it to the nurse.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, great story. Great job of sharing the numbers. She talked about, guys, the fact that she was doing 7 challenge parties in her team over multiple weeks' time. So if you want to move into your BMW from where you're at, gang, that's what it's going to take. And very proud to hear Ashley's story, and looking forward to making you a shareholder soon if you're ready to make that jump sometime.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to go to my panel here. We're going to recap some of the steps that we just went through, and I'm going to check in with them. Panelists, first of all, let's talk real quick with my main man, Matt Tarr, Vibe Millionaire. Matt, what are your best tips having to do with Neon that are really working in your team?
Well, Nick, what we're doing is we're doing a little bit of everything all the time, every day. We're talking about it. I'm walking around with a can of Neon in my hand. Every time I leave the house, I grab a can and take it with me. Every time we do a presentation, we have empty cans on display. We have cans for them to sample. We're just doing it. We're just making it part of our daily activity. I go to work out, I take a can of Neon. I go to meet people for a one-on-one, I take a can of Neon. And then just have it with you. Like Jimmy said earlier, have a cold one in the cooler in the trunk. And when people sample it, they love it.
Fantastic. Let's talk about maximizing your 10 points in the challenge groups with Brandon Janis. Brandon, what are some of the tips you got for the guys?
Yeah, guys, this is just so simple. I mean, if you're not doing this, look, you're working out anyway. You're working out with buddies anyway. Get your 10 points. Guys, we make pretty good money in this business, and I still want my free stuff. So we're out there creating this culture. Come work out with us. Get free money. The gentleman that was on a little bit ago, the director, absolutely crushing it. He could not have said it any better, guys. We're giving them $10 to come work out with us. We're giving them $10 to come work out with us, and then obviously putting the product in their mouth. I know Nick said it. You know, it doesn't work if we're not giving them a product. Matt hit on it with the Neon, with the Go, and obviously the Shake. Guys, make sure you're getting the product in their mouth, and that sells itself, guys. It sells itself. The free 10 points is the best thing this thing has going right now. I love it. Nick, I get my 100 points every month. I promise you that.
Beautiful. Let's talk about, let's move to the next one, which is helping people get that triple points, that double points. You know, I'm going to both Matt and Brandon go back to back. Your number one tip for people getting that triple points done in their first week, Matt and Brandon.
Well, the first thing is desire. I mean, we find people that have the desire on my welcome calls with new people on my team. I call them the day they show up on my 30-day report. I introduce myself to them. I say, hey, I'm in your upline. It doesn't matter who enrolled them. What matters is they need to feel the support of the buy culture. And then I just ask them. I ask them a series of questions. Do you want to make money slow or fast? Do you want to make a little or a lot? And I gauge those answers, and then I just point blank ask them. I go, it makes sense to me that if you're going to do this anyway, let's do it together. I'll help you. If we get your first sale in today, we can get your first 3 in this week, and that'll get you into triple points. If we fail, you can still get into double points next week. Which would you rather have, double or triple? Back to you.
Brandon.
Yeah, Matt, right on point. You know what I'm doing, Nick? I'm leading everybody to that welcome call you guys are doing every single night. We're leading them to the welcome call, and I'm letting you guys do the work for us, because that call right there leads them to the triple-double points call, and then you lead them right back to us so we can go run the play with them. So you're doing the shifting for us. All we got to do is get them to that call, steer them in the right direction, and you're going to do the work for us, and I like when you do the work for me, Nick, so I'm just doing that every night.
Hey, I would love to work for all of you guys. Put all your new promoters on with us at 9 o'clock on that new welcome call. In fact, I'm going to jump down to that. It's actually in my notes here. So if you guys did not know, we're doing a daily welcome call at 9 p.m., and we're doing a daily triple-double call at 9:30. Just get everybody on the welcome call, and the welcome call will sort out whether or not they want to be on the triple-double call. You can get all the information, all the phone numbers from the people you're working with because they happen every night at 9 o'clock. Guys, let's talk about some upcoming events. First of all, we've got 32 Vital Strategy Overviews, LSTs, in the next 7 days inside of North America. That's 32 cities that are getting together, having a VISO, having a local success training. I promise you, you know someone in some of those cities, or someone in your team knows someone in some of those cities. We also just got done with our first regional. Orange County is complete. Charlotte, you're next, baby. July 17th and 18th, we're coming to you. 30 days from now, Atlanta, I'll see you there. Virginia, I'll see you there. North Carolina, I'll see you there. Tennessee, I'll see you there. All the surrounding city states, I will see you guys out there in Charlotte, followed up by Omaha, Philly, Chicago, Jacksonville, Houston. Now, I got Kathy Abbott here. She just got back from the LA or the Orange County Regional. Kathy, tell us your experience. What was it like? How did it feel? What do you got to share with everybody?
Hey guys, Kathy Abbott from Orlando. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Yes, I just got back from LA Regional and it was amazing. I don't care how many regionals you've been to, this one was different. It was really different. The content is different. The focus is, really growing us as leaders and teaching us how to attract the right people, and it is just amazing. I highly encourage everyone to get out to their local regional. As a matter of fact, I'm also going to be going to the Jacksonville Regional. Something that Blake said that really stood out to me on Saturday was the catch isn't finding people who need what we have. The catch is becoming the person they want to listen to. And that stood out to me because really that's what this regional covered, was teaching us how to be people that other people want to follow, how to grow into the person that people will follow. So I'm super excited, and I encourage everybody to get as many people as you can to your regional.
Matt Potter, over to you. Brandon, after that, quick rapid fire.
Well, the important part about events, attending events, is those that go grow, and those that grow make more money. So if your interest is to increase your business, if you got in this business to make profit and to be profitable, attending events is part of it. There's 2 functions in getting trained on how to do this. One of them you're going to hear about here in a minute. It's VET. The second one is the live meetings. We call them regional success trainings, local success trainings. Being part of a local success training was my first introduction to Visalis culture, and I give that event credit for our fast start because it took away the fear. It gave me some basic fundamental ideas. I sat in the front row and took notes feverishly. I went home and I implemented immediately, and that's the reason we were successful. Over to you, Brandon.
Yeah, guys, it's impossible to explain, but what I do know is you never see a national director, a presidential director, or ambassador crossing that stage saying they got here because they didn't show up. They got here because they didn't go to events, guys. It's that important. You will go up by showing up, guys. We have not missed an event ever. We plan our lives around events, and that's why we are where we are, and we put that in our teams, and we promote from event to event, guys. Here's one thing I can promise you. You will never, ever, ever regret showing up at an event. Back to you, Nick.
All right, guys, go to rst.buy.com, rst.buy.com, and get your ticket right now to your upcoming regional. Make it official. Make the commitment. Regional directors and shareholders, we'll see you early on Friday. Shareholders and regional directors will see you after that. Speaking of shareholders, let's talk about our upcoming shareholders meeting. Everyone that's a national director, July 11th to 12th in Troy, Michigan. Exclusive shareholder training only. Make sure you go to shareholders.buy.com to register. And the experience will be on July 10th, meaning Thursday night. We're going to take out the new NDs to dinner with the founders. Friday, we'll see everybody else, and Friday night, we'll take out the dinner. Saturday, Sunday, we'll see everybody in Troy, Michigan. If you're a national director, get it done. If you're a regional director, go get national director done and join us there. You want to meet a new shareholder? Let's talk. Knoxville, Tennessee, Megan Hubbard, new shareholder. Let's talk to you. Tell us all your tips, everything that's happening, everything you're rocking, everything about everything having to do with what they got to do to get it done. Over to you.
Hey, Nick. Thanks so much for inviting me onto this call. I'm Megan Hubbard. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, like you said, and I am an outside business sales with Staples Advantage. So I sell pens and office supplies daily. Super fun, right? I'll tell you, Visalis has really lit a fire under me. I'm so super excited about selling this product, and I got into the business only because Brandon Janis asked me who I could bless. And I had given him every excuse in the book when I had my one-on-one with him. I was, comfortable with my lifestyle. I was busy. I like to, sit around and twiddle my thumbs, I guess, in my free time. But that has all changed because I answered Brandon's question with, yes, I know who I can bless. And it was my best friend who is now 20 times down, and she is actually a regional director. I've gone super duper fast. I have not even been in the business for 3 months, getting ready to be in 3 months next week. But in that time period, I have been able to get 17 people to hit Rising Star. I've signed up 9 personal promoters and have people, ready to talk to every day about that. And I've probably had in our team over 50 challenge parties, and I've helped 5 people get into BMWs. So I'm just amazed that this has all happened in less than 3 months. I've also made over $7,500 doing all of this. And so that's not a bad little extra cash flow coming in for less than 3 months. But I can't even tell you what all of that means, because what I really find the value in is the fact that, number one, I now have equity in this company that I can pass down to my children. I mean, this is a lifetime equity. I really didn't, understand what this all meant until I watched the equity video on the Vinet, or on VET, I should say, and that was a game changer for me. I literally cried through the whole video. So, guys, if you have not watched that and you are not doing ND, or even if you are ND yet and have not watched it, get on, watch it. It is well worth it.
Awesome tips, awesome woman, awesome story. I'm so proud of you. Can't wait to see you at Ambassador, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the shareholders meeting on next month when you guys roll in there into Troy, Michigan.
Yes, sir. I'm excited too.
Hope you are ready. Okay, guys, we're a couple minutes behind, so I apologize for that to our guest speaker tonight. As you guys know, each week we do a nice 5-minute segment on mindset or skill set. It is our VET training of the week. We then remind you guys that VET training can be found on VET Digital. You got to go to vet.buy.com to be a part of that. And tonight, we're going to talk to Don Yeager. Don Yeager runs a monthly message with us for all of our VET Digital subscribers. His monthly message is this week. Looking for the date here in the notes, but I don't see it in the notes, so it would be useful. I know Don knows, so I'll have Don share which day. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. And he's going to be giving you guys a 5-minute synopsis of some of the key points from what he'll be teaching us all who are VET subscribers on his full hour-long webinar. For those of you guys that don't know who Don is a multi-time best-selling author. He co-authored Ryan Blair's, your CEO's book, Nothing to Lose. He was the editor for Sports Illustrated, and he's a guy that's behind the locker room, behind the scenes, private dialogues, private conversations, fly on the wall, getting to see what makes the champion athletes champions and what makes the champion teams champions and what makes the champion coaches leaders of champions. With that, let me turn it over to Don to give you guys a nice 5-minute window of what's going on this week.
Nick, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry I'm in Topeka, Kansas tonight, and I bounced on and off this call a couple different times. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here and share with them a little bit about this month's session. We're going to talk about the power that the great teams actually create a framework and are intentional in the drive to build a camaraderie within the organization. And there's a lot of people think camaraderie just happens, that it's some magical chemistry that just creates itself when you get the right people together. But the truth is that the camaraderie is very much the result of an amazing effort put together by leadership and by people that are leading great teams. They're out. So we will not just talk about and show some fun and engaging examples of camaraderie at work, as we've seen it in some of the great winning organizations. In fact, one of the discussion points we'll have, if you're a Cleveland fan, you're probably not going to love this one, but it's about this year's Golden State Warriors, and conversation that I had with their head coach Steve Kerr, and some of the things that they do about to build that camaraderie, to make this a team that just enjoys being in each other's presence. Right? You don't always have to like each other all the time to have a camaraderie that creates a winning atmosphere, but you do have to have an appreciation and a respect for one another. That as I said, I mean, these things are intentional, and so we're going to go through how great teams have done that. We'll show you some good examples. As always, we'll weave in some of the audio from interviews I've done with some of these great team builders, and then the last piece of it will be how to put that into play in your business as you all are building the teams that you want to have and hold together and win with for long periods of time. What are some of the habits and things you can build and do to create that championship level camaraderie? So, as always, it's fun, and you all are of all the teams I get to work with, you are my most enjoyable because of the energy you bring to every one of these webinars, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be part of your growth and to have you to have you as my team on Wednesday night.
So Don, let's pick one. Pick one of your favorite of the five, maybe the one that you've seen. Obviously, if you gave you five are all important, but let's pick one, and let's give a couple of tidbits here on that one in particular championship quality that these guys need to learn, and they'll need to get on the webinar for the other four.
Awesome, great. So we're gonna one that we're gonna talk about is how you drive a respect among each other, right? One of the challenges is that anytime you put in a competitive environment people who want to finish first, often there's a sense that you doing well works against my best interest, and that's not in a team environment. That's not true, right? Where we are trying to encourage each other to be encouraging each other. So one of the lessons we will discuss, or one of the habits and tidbits we'll give you, will be about how to build that out, how to have that healthy competition that at the same time allows you to be respectful and encouraging of each other. And again, we'll give you, we're going to work with the Boston. In that particular one, we're going to talk about the Boston Red Sox team that won the World Series a couple of years ago. In the months and weeks after the bombing at the Boston Marathon, how the camaraderie. Many of you might remember they were a team that all grew beards together, in part because they just became this slight little dare to each other, and next thing you know, they're tugging on beards, they're cheering for each other, and even though many of them were in what in sports we call contract years, which is that year when it's your chance to decide, are you going to, what's the next few years of your life going to be worth, rather than being selfish in those years, which often happens. This team came together largely around the community spirit that came with what happened in Boston that year, to create this camaraderie that many of them have said in a lifetime of sports they had never quite experienced. So there's some unifying factors, unifying forces, things that we'll talk about that I think you'll find helpful as you look at your team and how you can build it out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Don. And guys, this is a quick 6 or 7 minutes of wisdom from a man that has interviewed some of the best of the best. He's been mentored by both John C. Maxwell and John Wooden alike directly. And all I can tell you is if you're not a vet subscriber, you need to go to vet.buy.com. There are now 5 webinars of Don Yeager's 5 months worth of webinars back in that, not back, on your phone. Once you go to vet.buy.com and register, you can go to your ViNet Pro, you can click on Vet, and you'll get access to all of those webinars. You'll get invited to the one on Wednesday, and you'll get access to dozens and dozens and dozens of videos and training by all of the Buy Millionaires, and we're putting up new ones every single week. In fact, I just did a local success training in Grand Rapids. Were you there? The answer is no for 99% of you. The rest of you guys will be there because you're going to get that content next week or so on your Vet Digital, and I'm going to bring that training to you. So, gang, if you want to spend a good $29 a month, now would be the time to get on vet.buy. It's been a great call. We're about 7 minutes over, so I apologize for that. You had some great tips, some people making ranks, some people making money, some people making it happen. Your turn to make it happen. 5 days to sell neon to push your leader to the top, or leaders 5 days to sell neon to push yourself to the top. This is your chance to strike. I will remind you, 4 days till the 19th auto shift, and I want everyone to get busy in a big way to strike big for a monster close of the month. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. Appreciate you. Good luck. God bless.
As a reminder, this call will be